food. Oh, I almost forgot. Do you guys know there's an old saying in Indonesia to never waste a single grain of rice? As children, we may heard it from our parents or our grandparents, right? At first, it may sound like nothing more than just a reminder to finish our meal. But what if I told you, behind every grain of rice lies a story? A story so old that it has been whispered through generations. That is the story of Dewi Sri, the goddess of rice, and the dragon, who continue to feed millions of people to this very day. Oh, wait. Sometimes when I'm full, I forget things. I forgot to introduce myself. Hello everyone, my name is Firos Moza, or you could just call me Moza. I'm a student at Universitas Indonesia, and I live in Jakarta, Indonesia. So, anyone here want to listen to the story? Yes? Okay, let's just get into it. Long before Indonesia became thousands of islands, before all of the kingdoms, the god lived in a heavenly place called Kahyangan. One day, Batara Guru, the king of the gods, declared, all of the gods shall help to build a palace worthy of heaven. Of course, one by one, the gods stepped forward. Some carried mountains, others shaped river, or forged pillars of gold. Everyone had something to give. Well, everyone except one. Now, I want all of you to close your eyes and just imagine you wanting to help, but you don't have any arms, no hands, no feet, just the body of a serpent. Could you lift a stone? No. Could you carve wood? Of course no. Neither could Antaboga, the great dragon. Antaboga watched as every other god had something to offer from their talents, while he could just remain completely helpless. His shame was so overwhelming that for the first time in his life, the mighty dragon began to cry. One tear fell, then another, and another. 3 tears. But this were no ordinary tears. The moment it touched the earth, it turned into 3 golden eggs. Antaboga looked at them in amazement. Perhaps this could be my gift, he whispered. So he carefully wrapped his great body around the eggs and began his long journey to heaven. But the story would end very quickly if everything goes according to plan. So, fate had other plans. From the high clouds above, suddenly, a giant eagle saw the golden egg. Oh, what are those? It quickly folded its wing and dove towards the dragon. Antaboga twisted and turned, trying to protect the precious gift. But one egg fell from his grasp and shattered upon the earth. Then another, only one remained. Antaboga tightened his claws around the egg and quickly escaped from the giant eagle. Thankfully, the egg remained safe. And finally, he arrived at the gates of Kahyangan. The gods gathered as the egg began to glow. A crack appeared on its shell. The egg's glow started to shine brighter and brighter and brighter until it cracked. Stepped out, not a jewel, nor a weapon. I don't think it's a fiery creature too. Can you guys guess what's inside the egg? A baby girl. The gods named her Dewi Sri. As years passed by, Dewi Sri grew into a young woman, unlike any heaven would ever know. Her kindness was as radiant as her beauty. Soon, All of the gods admired her. But something changed. Bataraguru no longer looked at her as the daughter he had raised, but as a woman. It sounded a little bit weird. At first, the other gods hoped that it was just a mistake. But as each passing day, Bataraguru's gaze lingered a little longer. And heaven lose its balance. Like, just imagine, you are standing among the gods, your king, the guardian of harmony, suddenly just forgot on his own duty. What would you do? Of course, the gods searched for another answer. Could they just send Dewi Sri's away? So, Bataraguru could find her again? So, that's absolutely no. Or could they just change his heart? I don't think so. So, with a heavy heart, they made an impossible choice. On one quiet evening, they slipped a poison into Dewi Sri's meal. She never knew. She just smiled and fell peacefully into an endless sleep. The god didn't defeat evil, they sacrificed innocent. Dewi Sri's body buried in a secret place on earth, believing that finally she could rest. But this kind of story do not end with death. Sometimes the greatest gift grew from the deepest sorrow. One morning, something extraordinary appeared. From Dewi Sri's hair grew grasses and fragrant plants. From her hands came fruit trees. From her feet sprang healing herbs. And from her body grew something that the world had never seen before. Can you guys guess what that is? Yes, rice. So, I want to ask you one final question. The next time you hold a bowl of rice in your hand, what would you see? Just food? Or a final gift from the goddess who had given everything so no one could ever know hunger? Perhaps that's the reason why Indonesian people treasure every grain of rice. Because from every harvest lies a story. A story of compassion. A story about sacrifice. A story that began from the tears of a dragon and lives on in every meal we share. Now, every time a serpent enters a farmer's house, it's not chased away. Instead, it was given offering and seen as a symbol for a successful harvest to come. So for all of you here, the next time you had your meal, don't forget to never leave a single grain of rice behind. Talking about that, I think I gotta go now and finish my meal. So, see you later. Bye!